What's up YouTube, Tom Palmer here from Great Bike Golf Club. Today we're going to go through how you can get your ball popping up nice and high out the bunker and get it to land softly. So the first thing that you want to think about when playing this shot is the loft of the club. We're going to use something like a 60 degree today. You can use a 56 degree, which is also known as a sand wedge, but it's up to you. It's completely up to you. It'll depend on how far you want that ball to release out. If I wanted the ball to roll out a little bit further and come out a little bit lower, I'd tend to use something with a little bit less loft, something like a 50 degree, 48 pitching wedge. It's completely up to you what you want to do. However, today we're using a 60 degree. We want to see that ball come up high and land it softly. So we're going to go through a few key points as to how you can play these bunker shots the best. So the first key point is going to be the loft. So nice high loft, simple. The second key point is my ball position. What I want to make sure with my ball position that it is positioned forward. What I tend to see a lot of amateur golfers doing is actually positioning that ball further back in the stance. That's actually going to take loft off the golf club and make that ball a little bit harder to come out. And you're going to tend to notice that the people dig into the ground and their club finishes around here. We want that club finishing all the way up over that shoulder. So moving that ball position right the way off the front foot is going to be really vital. So what I want to do just to make sure that my ball position is that, I'm going to draw a line in the sand. So I'm going to draw a line and I want my left heel to be touching the line. If you notice that the ball is actually positioned towards your middle, you're actually taking loft off the golf club. So it is really, really important to make sure that ball is positioned right the way after your front foot. So the next key point is actually going to be hitting the ball or hitting the sand behind the ball. What you tend to see a lot of people doing is taking the ball really cleanly. The ball's going to fly miles over the back of the green and it's not going to sit down at all. This is quite a destructive shot, especially if you've got dangers over the back of the green. Today, we haven't got too much danger over there. However, I still want my ball finishing nice and close to the hole so I can give myself a chance at holing the putt. Again, the better you are out of bunkers, the more shots you're going to save in a round of golf. So what we're going to do to practice that as well is we're actually going to draw a circle just behind the ball, and we want to get into a habit that we're actually contacting the sand before we actually hit the ball. So that is key tip number 2. The next tip I want to give you is your length of your backswing. So it is really important on the follow through that we always finish over our left shoulder. However, depending on how far you want that ball to go, you're going to have to vary up the length of your backswing. So if you want the ball to go really short and just pop over the bunker and land nice and softly, what I'd recommend doing is actually swinging to your hip height and then really positive on the way through, finishing right up over your left shoulder. If you want that ball to go a little bit longer, I'd suggest maybe going left arm straight, 3/4 swing, again, nice and positive all the way through over your left shoulder. And if you want that ball to go even further on your maximum distance you can get with the 60, I'd suggest singing full swing, hitting that ground before the ball, all the way up and over your left shoulder again. That's just going to encourage you to be nice and positive through the ball rather than slowing down and decelerating into the sand. That's a common fault you'll tend to see with people playing bunker shots is they're just not getting the ball out of the bunker. They'll leave it in the bunker, they'll blade it out there. It's a really, really tough shot to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play a couple of shots, change the different distances that we actually hit the shot so you can see for yourself the actual how the length of swing affects the ball flight. So what we're going to do, left heel's going to be, again, touching the line in the sand. I'm going to open that club face up. Really important because we want to add the most loft possible. All right, so we're going to add lots of loft on by making sure that the face is a little bit open and the butt end of your club is actually pointing towards your belt buckle. So that is key tip number 4. All right, and that is all you're going to get from me today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these shots at the 3 different distances and just demonstrate to you now how the ball actually travels a little bit longer each time. So short distance chip shot, short distance bunker shot, should I say. Hip height all the way up and through. Notice how the ball sat down nice and short. It's only just crept onto the front edge of the green. It's not gone a long distance. That's all we're looking for with that bunker shot. That shot's really important if the flag's a little bit tight towards the green and we need to get it to pop up nice and high and land softly. So the next shot, all right, grab another ball. The next shot that we're going to play here is going to be our slightly longer shot. Left arm nice and straight, 3/4 swing. Again, we're going to hit it nice and positive on the way through, really accelerating through on the way down, hitting that sand. Notice again how that ball popped up nice and high and went that slightly longer distance. And again, the final bunker shot, we're going to do this one full swing, really positive on the way through, really accelerating, trying to get that ball to land right up close to the hole. So that was a great shot. Ball landed nice and high. It sat down nice and softly next to the flag. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching the video. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment if you've got any questions. If you're still struggling out of bunkers, you're finding that you're leaving your ball in the bunker, you've tried these tips and you can't quite get it to work, then let me know. This is a really simple technique for you to be able to play to make sure that you're getting your ball out and onto the green every single time. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button down below.